Hey folks, bring you another update from a different part of our property in East Texas. This is the pine buffer I planted some years back, about 6 years ago. These pines are 6 years old. Surprisingly, some of them have cones on them already. And they're pretty tall trees. Grew pretty fast. Got these from Arborgen, right up the road actually. The nursery isn't too far from here, a few minutes. So basically I planted these a while back to create a buffer because our property is right off the highway. So I wanted to quiet the place down so the wildlife will be more comfortable on here. These trees grew really fast. We planted them in January of 2013. Now this is January 2019 and they've done well. Lost a few of them in some spots because we planted them and we had a pretty dry summer, but those that made it through that first summer, they really took off. Like I said, they're seeding, and you got a lot of little young pines that are springing up all over the place, and of course we got big old pines in the back, so some of these little pines are springing up from some of them, but we're just surprised to see some of the cones on these trees. You can see them up there. But yeah, got pretty good sized bases on the trees. And also, I had planted some American hazelnuts out here. And was glad to see that most of them had done well. They're hard to find without the leaves on them. I was just looking at one. I just took a picture of a catkin that had formed on one of, there it is right there. Little catkin from an American hazelnut. Got a few of these growing. Like I said, it's hard to tell with no leaves on them. That's a small one. I got a few of them growing in here and on that side of the trail also. Like I said, on this side of the property is basically doing it up for the wildlife. So got pines, a lot of native stuff. Trying to find, there they are. There's a lot of catkins on that. It's American hazelnut. Like I said, these been growing out here a couple of years, probably about 3 years. And now there are quite a few catkins on some of these hazels. So hopefully soon I can get some nuts. In fact, while I'm at it, and at this blue stem, this little blue stem, I'm gonna see if I can grow some of this in pots this year and plant some plugs next fall. So I'm picking a little of this. Anyway, got a lot of hazels. Like I said, some of them are going to be hard to find. Here's one that's out in the open. That's right here off the side of the trail. It's a pretty good size one. Sending up a lot of suckers. Hopefully I'll get some flowers on them. Like I said, hopefully within the next couple of years I'll get some hazels. But anyway, these trees in this field have done really well. I planted some longleaf pine out here. Bought some potted longleaf pines. And this was a test planting to see how they do. And I mean, they've done real well. So I plan to get some this fall and plant out here, but didn't have time to really get out here and do a lot of work, and didn't have time to get up to the place where I usually get these trees from. But next fall I plan to get a lot more of them and get them out here, get them started. And I like the way this blue stem is growing up out here naturally. It's kind of taking over this field. I see more and more every year. So that's good. That's kind of what I wanted, so I don't have to do any seeding. So when we get to the point that we're ready to do some burning, then it'll really spread out. That'll help. with the establishment of this little blue stem grass. But yeah, that's why I'm planting longleaf out here, because I got plans to kind of burn this area in the future. As I mentioned in another video, we're planning on well, all of the properties to the south of here, except for a few, like this one that connects directly to me. A lot of the properties to the south of here, we got pretty close to 20,000 landowners that have come together, and we're still trying to get eastern wild turkey established in East Texas. And so they've been doing a method called the super stocking, and it's been doing pretty well in areas of Anderson County, Cherokee County. And so we passed the GIS evaluation, basically with all of the contiguous lands that are connecting, and some pretty good habitat. We got some landowners that are doing some things on their place, so we can pass the on-the-ground evaluation this May. And hopefully about this time next year we'll have turkeys running around, and in a few years hopefully we'll have a season, and I'll be hunting eastern turkeys amongst the longleaf on our own place. So like I said, this is some of the work that we've done, and these pines have really shot up. So because they've done so well, I'm going to really fill this whole area in. And at some point I'm going to get someone to come in and doze or cut along the fence line, and then in a few years we'll start doing some burns out here. I got a little planting to do. I got some post oak, some hickory nuts, and some more American hazel that I'm going to do some planting out in this area. So I'm going to get to work in a little bit, but I just kind of wanted to walk some. But you can still see some of that blue stem all over the place springing up. Yeah, it's nice out here. Got a lot of white oaks mixed in that I direct seeded. I'm supposed to get some Ozark chinkapin, which was native in this area, northeast Texas, and I'm going to try to get some of those started as well. I should be getting them sometime between now and March. So I joined the Ozark Chinkapin Foundation, and they send new members a few nuts to try to get them started on their place. So that's what I'll be doing, planting some of those nuts out here. That's a white oak that I planted a couple years back. Those are some natural volunteers springing up. That kind of helps with what I'm trying to do out here. So I'll let the little pines spring up, and if I see them on the power cut over there, then I'll dig them up and bring them in this area so they won't spray them when they're clearing that easement. But yeah, nice little area on our place, northeast Texas. Not a big place, but we do get wildlife coming through here. Got a lot of nice deer pictures on the trail cam from this year. Last year, my buddy that leases the place, he shot a nice 8-point over here at his feeder. Said I might check some photos if I have time, but I'm about to get started planting so I can hurry up and get finished up and get out of here and be done with my planting for the year. Anyway, this was just my update on the wildlife management that we've been doing on the place, and thank you guys for watching.